we're live again, are we? I like it when we're live. Live is kind of like saying live. And everyone has to live, that's what they say. Don't mind me, I just gotta check to make sure that my eyes are alive. And they don't exactly feel like it. That's okay. I don't mind. How's everybody doing today? Good answers? Good answers? Okay, so we are now on our third edition, I believe. Are we on third? Third or fourth? We're on the third, right? Yes, because we did the lucky, unlucky days and hours and times for the second edition. Ooh. No, we're on the fourth edition. Alright, Talisman. Yeah, I changed that. Oops. Too late to go back? I already started. So, yes, it is definitely too late to go back. Alright, so we'll just get started right away, shall we? I think we shall. So, you guys ready for this episode? I know I am. Before we get there, so let me just kind of trace my book so it's easier to deal with. Get my glasses out of the way. I think I'd put those on to read, but that's too easy. I'm not into the easy stuff. I want to be challenged, you know. Just like everyone else in this world, I just want to feel challenged. And don't mind me. This time, I need a cigarette. And my coffee. Okay, so now I just heard that go off a few times. Where exactly is it? In my pocket. Sweet, let's turn that on silent. Come on. God, I hate this phone. And as soon as I get my screen replaced, I can't wait to give it back to my best friend. Okay. Then, I'm going to take these guys, unplug those, plug this in. That can go over there, those can go over there. And I want to relight my cigarette again. Simple. God, I feel good. Alright, so, a little warm in here though, even with the window wide open. So don't mind me as I take off my coat. Listen, don't get mad that I wear a leather coat. As far as I'm concerned, they already killed the cow, okay? I'm just making use of what remains. I didn't pay for it. I didn't go out and buy it. It was gifted to me, so sorry to all you people that are upset or me wearing a leather coat. Alright, let's get started. I have to voice my opinion there. I can go for a burger right now, that's for sure. Alright. Talisman, charms, spells, and incantations. I'm hoping you guys know what the definition of these words mean. I don't have to explain that, right? Okay. So, for those who don't know, you're just joining here on the fourth edition, even though it says third. I got a book of forbidden knowledge. And all I'm doing is reading a book. That's it. Plain and simple. I'm just reading a book. So if there's any questions, Google it. Or just leave it in the comments. And if I ever catch wind that I have notifications that there's a question, I will try my hardest to answer it. Okay. With that all being said. Let's see that. I can't see that, eh? No, not really. Alright. That's good. That's good. I don't know, I can see it from over here. Got all kinds of invisible scriptures on me that I made with my ink. I made my own tattoo ink. It's invisible. You're like, what? Yeah, seriously. It's there. Like, there's something there. Can you see it? Can you see it? Not too well, eh? Okay, let me give you a booster booster look. Figure out where I just put that. For those who haven't seen this yet, right? I wrote Saint on my arm. Then again, depends how you want to read it. It says Sinner if you look at it like this, but when it says Saint, I have a halo that just kind of sits there, right? And then I got horns that are underneath when it says Sinner, but I gotta redo those things. So there's one. Can you see it? Right there. No, it doesn't show up well enough. Kind of see it. And then the other one is over here. Anywho's, yeah, color changing ink, and I have glow in the dark ink. So when the black lights go off, that's when you see the tattoo. That's it's not on the market. So I wanted to make something that should be. And I don't believe in testing on animals because that's kind of cruel. So I tested on myself and I feel fucking great. Alright, let's get into this. Once again, we are on Talismans today. We are going to be reading approximately 11 pages. And from there, it goes into some cool shit. So I don't know if I'm going to continue on to the cool shit or not. We'll see how long this lasts. Right now, we're 6 minutes in. Okay. Let's get started, shall we? Talismans, charms, spells, and incantations. Spells of such force, no wizard grave, ear framed in dark, Thessalian cave. Though his could this ocean dry, and force the planets from the sky. Talismans. In the whole circle of the occult sciences, there's scarcely anything more abstruse or intricate than the mystical science of talismans. The use of them has occasionally received much opposition from incredulous individuals, while on the other hand, it has stood the ground with firmness amidst the change of ages. Mourning rings, miniatures, lockets, mementos, armorial bearings, and the boast of heraldry are but so many relics of talismanic learning. Amongst mankind in general, there is much of talismanic belief. Witness the avidity with which the call of an infant is sought after to preserve from danger by water, as also the celebrated romance of The Talisman by Sir Walter Scott, the intense interest of which arises from the narration of a singular instance of the faith formerly reposed in talismanic agency. It is now well known that when Napoleon went to Egypt, he was then presented with a talisman by a learned Eastern magician, the effect of which was to protect and defend him from the sudden attacks, assassinations, and all manners of hurt from firearms. Talisman for love. Oh boy, big pop filter on, so I should take this one off and just whatever. The talisman is said to be wonderfully efficacious in procuring success in amours and love ventures. It should be made or prepared when Venus, the planet of love, is the evening star. It should be made preferably of pure silver, but where that is not practicable, cut out the picture of the talisman from this book and paste it neatly in any suitable article, such as in a locket, back of a watch, or it may be pasted on a piece of round cardboard of equal size and worn over the heart of the left breast, or carried in a pocket as a lucky pocket piece. Talisman against enemies. Where possible, the talisman should be cast of the purest grain tin, and during the increase of the moon. The characters are to be engraved on it also during the increase of the moon. That was weird. Something flashed on my computer. It's like, who the hell is that? I really don't care about Instagram, but okay. Let's say that sentence again. The characters are to be engraved. Increase of the moon. That one, okay. Characters are to be engraved on it also during the increase of the moon. Where this is not practicable, the illustration may be cut out of this book and placed in, say, a locket and suspended about the neck, or worn on any part of the body, or it may be pasted on a piece of round cardboard of equal size and carried in the pocket. It should be kept from the sight of all but the wearer. Its effects are to give victory over enemies, protection against their machinations, and to inspire the wearer thereof with the most remarkable confidence. Talisman for war and battle. This talisman bears on its the powerful words and also the awful sign that which were said to have been conveyed to the Emperor Constantine from heaven in daylight and in the presence of his whole army, and whereby he has victorious in battle. It should be made of highly tempered steel, but where not practicable, the illustration may be cut out of this book and placed in a locket or other suitable article, or simply pasted on a piece of cardboard of similar size. It should be tied around the sword arm. An ancient manuscript says of this talisman, "He that beareth this sign about him shall be helped in every need and necessity." Talisman for destroying insects and reptiles. This talisman is to be made, if possible, of iron. When the sun and moon enter the sign Scorpio, it has been proved to be powerful in effect, so much that no kind of venomous reptile or troublesome insect can come within some yards of the house or place in which it is. The manuscript from which the account of this talisman is taken cost a very large sum, and a medical gentleman to whom it belonged affirms that he had himself proved its efficacy. You guys really got to use like a spelling thing. For being at one time much annoyed with beetles, he made a talisman according to the instructions here given and screwed it to the floor, when the troublesome insects immediately disappeared. But afterwards, when the servant removed it through ignorance, they returned in great numbers, when he again nailed it to the floor, and they again disappeared. If impractical to have this talisman specially made, the illustrations may be cut out of this book and pasted on a very heavy tin or other metal, or even a stout piece of cardboard. Now, before I continue, I just want to see something here. Okay, so obviously this book was a copy, and not everything was copied. There's no talisman in this book for me to show anyone, but it's okay because I know how to make them, and they're made special for each individual. So if you need to order one, once you get the Moonin and Magic Eye Ink website completed, where spell charms, candles, as well as other candles and other items will be available. You can make specialty orders for talismans. That will be one thing I offer. Take it with a grain of salt, literally. Alright, so we just got rid of the insects and reptiles. Now, to overcome charms and evil influence. Repeat reverently, and with sincere faith the following words, and you shall be protected in the hour of danger. Behold, God is my salvation. I will trust and not be afraid, for the Lord Jehovah is my strength and my song. He also is become my salvation. For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And behold, at evening tide trouble, and before the morning he is not. This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us. A charm against trouble in general. Repeat reverently and with sincere faith the following words, and you shall be protected in the hour of danger. He shall deliver the 6 troubles, ye, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacles shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not err. Charms, omens, and signs. The use of charms and talisman is extensive, and a great percentage of the people have their pet lucky piece always with them. Magnetic lodestones are universally used to attract good fortune, love, and happiness. Likewise, with various lucky images or idols, belief in these lucky pieces extend back into history of thousands of years. Clouds. Fleecy clouds indicate either a long, wet, or dry spell. Long, streaky clouds denote fair weather. A halo around the moon is a sign of rain. An uneven number of reports of lightning in quick successions is a sign of good luck. Thunder from a clear sky is also indicative of good fortune. Physical signs and omens. It is unlucky to see a new moon for the first time through a glass. A bee flying in the house should be retained for a few minutes as a prisoner to bring luck. Crickets in the house are considered a sign of luck, but a sign of illness if they leave without apparent reason. A sick person witnessing a shooting star will recover within the month. The howling of dogs denotes impending disaster. Robins are looked upon as messengers of good luck. To kill a moth hovering about a candle is to invite good luck. If a knife be dropped accidentally, so that the point penetrates the ground and stands upright, good luck will result. To spill salt on the table is considered unlucky. To counteract the spell, throw a pinch of the salt over the left shoulder. If your tea kettle wings, it is a sign of happiness and contentment in your house. A spark of the wick of a candle means a letter will be received by the one who first sees it. To move into a new home on Friday is unlucky. However, Monday and Wednesday are particularly fortunate. A girl standing under a piece of mistletoe may be kissed by any man finding her there. Should the girl refuse the kiss, she invites bad luck. To put your clothes on the wrong way is a sign of good luck. It is performed without intention. However, the clothes must be worn that way, else the luck changes. If you observe a shooting star, make a wish while it is still in motion, and the wish will come true. A rabbit running across your path is a sign of impending ill luck. The continual hooting of owls at night is an omen of ill health. Should you wash your hands or face in water just used by another, be sure to first sprinkle a few drops on your head before emptying the vessel to avoid bad luck. Sunshine and the sneezing of a cat are said to be happy omens for brides. A creeping child will have better luck and be more fortunate in life than one that does not. Horseshoes are always considered lucky and should be hung over the door of the house or barn. The horseshoe on the barn ensures a good harvest. If you see a pin, pick it up, as it will bring you good luck. To let it lie is bad luck. Never relate a bad dream before breakfast, lest it come true. The new moon first seen over the right shoulder offers an opportunity for a wish to come true. To break a mirror is considered unlucky, and the person breaking the glass will have bad fortune for 7 years. In Catholic countries, a person who accidentally breaks a mirror crosses himself and repeats, "May the saints avert ill fortune." However, if a glass is willfully and purposely broken and thrown away, it will have no effect on the person breaking the glass. These are popular superstitions we're going to go over now. First one, knocking on wood. The custom of knocking on wood to prevent ill luck is perhaps the most prevalent custom in existence, and is performed by all classes of people the world over. Its origin is attributed to the ancient religious rite of touching a crucifix when taking an oath. It is said that a president of the United States is accused of resorting to this strange custom. The evil eye. Fear of being bewitched by the evil eye is very prevalent along the Latin races. And in this country, the belief is widespread that certain persons possessing power of the devil and supernatural agencies can bewitch another by simply looking at him with hatred in the eyes, and thus cast a spell. Psychology teaches that it is possible to influence others with your mind. The expression influence going from the eyes, however, this should not be termed as the evil eye spell, which is in reality a myth. However, many people still cling to this belief and wear charms and amulets to counteract the bad influence of the evil eye. These charms really aid these people as it changes the negative thoughts of their minds to positive ones. Perhaps the most popular amulet is a cross of jet, the belief being that it will split it looked upon by a person having evil intentions. In some parts of the world, the face of a newborn child is gently brushed with a bowl of pine to prevent any evil influences from attacking the child. The Hindus dies taken in food. It is good for cancer. When you catch a whoop, you will find a stone which you must put under the head of a sleeping person. And that person will be compelled to impart to you all secrets which he may know. If you carry a badger's foot with you, all your affairs will be fortunate, and you will not be perplexed, nor err. Whoop eyes, whoop whoop, makes a man benign. If you carry the eyes with you, you will be in good repute by the authorities, and if you will carry the head, no one will cheat you. If you carry the head of a crow upon your breast, all must love you who have dealings with you. When you catch a mole and put it into a pot while it lives and ignite sulfur, all moles will gather together. When you put a mole into an earthen pot and boil the same, and with this water wash the hair will turn white. During the month of August, take a swallow from its nest. In its stomach you will find a stone, which you may wrap into linen handkerchief. Hang under your left arm. It is a good thing against slanderers, and makes you agreeable among the people. A snail is said to have a starlet in its head, and when found, it is good for one who is afflicted with kidney disease. When a person has sprained himself, take juniper berries and hay flowers, bruise them, and boil in good old wine. Apply as poultice. To make yourself invisible, pierce the right eye of a bat and carry it with you, and you will be invisible. To prevent children having measles from becoming blind. As soon as the children get sick from measles, hang on their necks the roots of pernelic, and your sorrows may cease. Probatum. How to draw out a thorn or splinter. Take carrots bruised with honey and make a powder thereof. Put over the injury. It will draw the substance out and soothe the pains. When lungs of cattle swell, take some sandstone, put it into a bake oven till it becomes hot. Then put it into a pail of fresh water. Let the cattle drink. For the itch or scab, take precipitate, lard, and white hen's manure. Make a lye therefrom and wash the skin therewith. For open sores, Take hog's lard of the size of a bean, heat it, put the yolk of an egg and some saffron therein, stir it well, and it will heal. When a person has imbibed too much, okay, whatever one it is, it's one of those words. You take fungus of a linden tree, 1/2 quart of old wine, 1/2 quart of water, pour the latter on the fungus, let it draw for 20 hours, and drink mornings, noon, and evenings thereof, 1 teaspoon. Salve for gouty limbs. Take a dog's lard for 5 cents. Oil or white fir tree cones, 5 cents. Old Day for 5 cents. Sea oil for 5 cents. A quart of lard in which all the others are rendered. Down. And the gouty limb anointed with the salve. For coagulated blood, take 5 cents worth of normal, make a plaster of it, and put it on the injury once or twice. To drive away lice, fishberry and lard mixed together, and the head anointed therewith. A drink for horses, watercresses, green juniper berries, hartshorn, Venetian soap. Of these, make a beverage. When a gun is bewitched, take 5 cents worth of liquid amber, asafoetida, river water, and mix well together. With the mixture clean well, and the rag with which the scoring was made, hang up in the smoke or put into a new made grave. How to keep warm in winter. Take nettle warts, garlic, pour lard into it, and boil together. When hands and feet are greased with this ointment, one will not feel cold. For a weak head. When a person has a weak head and is often absent-minded, take hold of an anthill. Then put them in a bag. Boil the same for 6 hours in a kettle of water. Draw this water upon bottles and distill it in the sun. With such water, wash the weak and dull head. If the disease is very bad, bathe the patient in this water. The blood of asses can be drunk. Decorate their children with beautiful jewels to confuse and antagonize the evil eye. Mohammedans hang articles from the ceiling over the cradle of their children to ward off evil influences, the key to the house being considered the most beneficial article. The black cat. As a rule, black cats are considered unlucky, but contrary to general belief, are supposed to bring good luck. However, to kill a black cat is unlucky and invites misfortune for a year. A black cat crossing your path denotes good luck, not bad. The meowing of a black cat at midnight is a bad omen. Various actions of cats are supposed to foretell good or unfortunate events. Color superstitions. Color has a great influence on the mentality of individuals. Everyone is supposed to possess a color hue, and your color chart will correspond with that of your lucky star. Color rules the emotions as follows. Red governs love, affection, and lust. Red is also the paramount advertising color, as it is the most attractive to the eye. Orange denotes simplicity and ignorance. Orange is the color of the Orange is the color of the god of marriage. Scarlet rules the emotion and anger, and to color to be avoided by virtuous people. Bright red, symbolistic of R, representing power, courage, and confidence. Yellow signifies glory and fortune to the ancients. Now it is interpreted as denoting infidelity, perfidy, and shame. Brown denotes worldly knowledge and is a mark of distinction. Green, the color of springtime, is associated with youth and hope. Black is the color of sadness, gloom, and death, while white denotes all that is pure and desired. Lucky stones. Birthstones are generally accepted as inducing fortunate occurrences. Each stone is governed by a different month or sign of the zodiac. They are as follows: January, Gafnet. February, Amethyst. March, Bloodstone. April, Diamond. May, Emerald. June, Agate. July, Ruby. August, Sardonyx. September, Sapphire. October, Opal. November, Topaz. December, Turquoise. Not being contented with a lucky gem for each month, the ancient philosophers allotted a stone for each day of the week as follows: Sunday, ruby and chrysolite. Monday, selenite, pearl, and opal. Tuesday, amethyst and bloodstone. Wednesday, agate, jade, and olivine. Thursday, emerald and sapphire. Friday, turquoise and lapis lazuli. Saturday, onyx. How to make your lover or sweetheart come. If a maid wishes to see her lover, let her take the following method. Prick the third or wedding finger of your left hand with a sharp needle. Beware a pin. And with the blood, write your own and lover's name on a piece of clean writing paper in as small a compass as you can, and encircle it with 3 round rings of the same crimson stream. Fold it up, and exactly at the 9th hour of the evening, bury it with your own hand in the earth, and tell no one. Your lover will hasten to you as soon as possible, and he will not be able to rest until he sees you. And if you have quarreled to make it up, a young man may also try this charm, only instead of the wedding finger, let him pierce the left thumb. Folklore of pins. Why, however, North Country people are so persistent in their refusal to give one another a pin, it is not easy to discover, as even they themselves cannot give the origin and reason for this superstition. When asked for a pin, they invariably say, "You may take one, but mind, I do not give it." It may perhaps have some connection with the vulgar prejudice against giving a knife or other sharp instrument, as mentioned by Gay in his Shepherd's Week. But woe is me, such presents luckless prove, for knives, they tell me, always sever lope. A supposition as popular now as in days gone by. Another fact associated with pins will doubtless interest those of the fair sex about to enter on the happy state of matrimony. Thus, it is still a prevalent belief in a certain places that a bride, in removing her bridal robe and chaplet at the completion of the marriage ceremonies, must take special care to throw away every pin worn on this eventful day. Woe to the bride who keeps even one pin used in the marriage toilet. Woe also to the bridesmaid if they retain any of them, as their chances of marriage will thereby be materially lessened. And anyhow, they must give up all hope of being wedded before the following Whitsuntide. On the other hand, in Sussex, on her return from church, the bride is often robbed of all the pins about her dress by her single friends present, from the belief that whoever possesses one of them will be married in the course of a year. Much excitement and amusement are occasionally caused by the youthful competitors for this supposed charm, and the bride herself is not infrequently the victim of rather rough treatment. Magical properties of pins. Among the magical properties of pins, we may mention their supposed efficacy in the cure of certain disease. Thus, in Alabama, in the case of warts, the patient is taken to an ash tree where a pin is first stuck into the bark and withdrawn. A wart is transfixed with it till he feels pain. And then the pin is again pushed into the tree. Every wart entirely disappears. A few years ago, we are told that some trees might be seen thickly studded with pins, each of the index of a cured wart. In connection with this superstition, there is a well-known couplet: "Ashen tree, ashen tree. Pray by these warts of me. In a place of a pin, a nail driven into an oak is reported to cure toothache." A Virginia remedy consists in rubbing the warts with a snail after it has been pierced with a pin as many times as there are warts. As a snail by degrees withers away, so it is believed that the wart impregnated with its matter will do the same. It has been pointed out that most of the charms in this kind of are of the nature of a sacrifice, the warts being transferred to a substitute. Okay, so what do we got here? 36 minutes. So you're on pins, and then talk about dreams and murders revealed, lucky dreams, silent language, signs taken from parts of the eyes, a figure hand. Huh. Wow. Interesting stuff. So, and then there's the omens right there. So, didn't I say we're covering up the omens? I don't want to do that. How to be a spirit medium. Those ones are the big ones. Okay, so, tell you what. We are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I go that far. I go to the silent language. So I'm going to read 1, 2, 3, 4 more things. And then we're going to call this episode the end of the episode. This segment. Okay, so dreams that come true. A poor peasant dwelling in the vicinity of Rheims saw one night during his slumbers a young man who, taking him by the hand, conducted him to the base of an old wall, where, after designating a huge stone recommending him to raise it up on the morrow, he suddenly vanished. The peasant followed his advice and found the stone indicated in his dream, which, upon being displaced, and revealed a vase filled with golden coins, enriching the dreamer and his family. Gaseus of Parma, who had espoused the cause of Mark Antony, fled to Athens after the Battle of Actium. While sleeping in his apartment there, he saw a man enter his chamber, an individual with dark complexion and disheveled hair. Very tall and stout, Cassius demanded who he was, to which the phantom replied, "I am your evil genius." The dreamer arose in affright, and seeing no one present, summoned his slaves, inquiring if any among them had seen a stranger enter the apartment. An examination showed the doors of the house to have been firmly closed, so that it was impossible for anyone to enter. Cassius, persuaded that he had been the victim of some chimerical illusion, again went to sleep, but the same vision presented itself a second time, addressing him with the same words. Cassius, troubled, arose from his couch and summoned the lights. At early daybreak, he was assassinated by order of the Emperor Augustus. revealed. Two Arcadian friends journeying together, arriving at Megara, at which place the one took lodgings at the house of a friend's, while his companion put up at a public tavern. The traveler lodging at his friend's was visited in a dream by his comrade, who supplicated him to come extricate him from a trap set for him by the innkeeper. He awoke suddenly, arose, dressed, and hastened towards the tavern, where an afterthought compelled him to return, and he again undressed and went to sleep. Again his comrade presented himself, but this time covered with blood, and beseeching him to avenge his murder. The phantom informed his fellow traveler that he had been treacherously assassinated by the tavern keeper, and his body concealed beneath a dunghill outside the city gates. Terrified at this second apparition, the Arcadian hesitated no longer, but going to the place designated, he discovered his friend's corpse, and was therefore enabled to bring the murderer to justice. Lucky dreams. A tradesman of Paris, sleeping in bed with his wife, dreamed that he heard a voice exclaiming to him, "I have now finished 40 years, 7 months, and 29 days of labor, and I am happy." The wife, sleeping by her husband's side, had the same dream, and upon awakening in the morning went forth, and without mentioning the occurrence, procured a lottery ticket bearing the numbers 40729. The same day the numbers came out, and the tradesman lamented his indiscretion in not taking the advice of his nocturnal visitor. His sorrow was turned into joy when he learned that his wife, profiting by her dream, had drawn the grand prize in the royal lottery. An old lady of Paris was in the habit of encouraging her niece by promises of wealth, which she never fulfilled, extenuating her procrastination from year to year by recourse of ingenious expedients, and she finally died. Shortly after her decease, the aunt appeared during the night time and instructed her niece to remove the center tile of their hearth, where she would discover the oft-promised treasure. The young girl obeyed the injunction, but discovered in the cavity nothing save a heap of cinders. In vexation of spirit, the niece railed vehemently against the duplicity of a relative deceiving her after death. On the following night, however, the phantom again appeared, and without saying a word, designated 4 numbers, apparently on the wall, although placing little reliance upon 19, the injunction, which she conceived to relate to a lottery. Then the town talk. The niece resolved to try her luck, especially as the ticket offered for her purchase by the dealer bore the same numbers designated by the apparition. Subsequently, these numbers came out in the order indicated, and the girl came into possession of 400,000 francs. And the last one, we're going to do Dionysus vision. Okay. So this person of Syracuse, while lying one night upon his couch, awake and contemplative, heard a loud noise, and arose to ascertain the cause of it. He perceived at the end of the gallery a woman of gigantic stature, as hideous in countenance as one of the fairies engaged in sweeping the mansion with a gigantic broom. In terror and affright, the tyrant summoned his friends and caused them to spend the remainder of the night with him. But the spectre reappeared no more. 2 days after this vision, the son of Dionysius fell from a window, and he was killed. And before a week had elapsed, his entire family was destroyed. And thus, observed the historian Leloyer, and can be justly said that Dionysius and his race were swept off the face of the earth in the same manner in which the Fury, the avenging genius of Syracuse, that's a typo, of Syracuse had been seen to sweep out the palace. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. And then tomorrow's episode, we're going to be talking about observation concerning the eyes, signs taken from parts of the eyes, the silent language, a figure hand, how to write love letters secretly, how the way to get rich and live happy in the marriage state. That's a big one. Omens, value of omens, second sight, night omens, salt spelling, a string of omens. Oh boy. How to be a spirit medium. That should probably be its own. Secret method of mesmerism. How to hypnotize. And come on. Oh my lord, this is a big one. How to perform the Davenport Brothers spirit mysteries. And a couple more pages after that. We are more than halfway done this book. So we're going to take that. I'm going to put that over here. Sleep well, everybody. At least try to. Just going to check one more time. Like, am I okay? Am I okay? I hope I'm okay. I'm supposed to look at deadlights. There it is. See, I look for a flame. And when I see the flame, I know where I'm supposed to go. One love. Shh. People are trying to sleep, motherfucker. Why you gotta be so loud? Because I can be. Whoop, whoop.